Alright, good morning cadre. It is Sunday, October 28th, coming at you today for a shave. As you can see, got some growth going. My last shave was Friday morning. So, Friday I finished the Razor October. I finished October already too, because I ran out. So now I'm just going to I've switched. I pulled out some soaps that I want to use to kind of get ready. Sorry, the kids are up here, so you might hear kids in the background. If there's random pauses, it's because I'm going to step out for a second. But anyways, I got a couple of new soaps. I also pulled out some soaps that I want to use. That I haven't used in a little while. So I've got a few pulled out. I think 7 or 8 that I'm going to kind of work my way through. I'll finish with October for the open comb, and then I'm going to switch and try and use some more of my feather shaves. But today, this is a soap that I got on the buy-sell trade. There's a lot of talk about it because of the special releases that they do. I'm pretty sure that this is a little bit of a different soap base than what they use in their special releases, but I at least just wanted to kind of get an idea what's the deal with it. So it is the Holy Black, and this is I think it's kind of their signature scent. It's like the gunpowder and spice. The person I bought this from was on a buy-sell trade. They said they'd used it once, and I got it for like $10. So I figured that was a good enough of a bargain to at least see, am I missing anything? And I'm hoping, what am I going to find out here? Am I going to find out that it's actually a really decent soap base and then I'm going to want to buy some of these special releases when they do them? I don't know. They're really expensive, but they're really well done. So I'm going to work on getting this in. And I think one of the interesting things about, when it comes to the soaps, I'm up to like 250 unique soap in my den. So that's not including the doubles that I have of some. So I'm running out of real estate, and I'm gonna probably have to start selling some here soon, because what it's coming down to is that I don't know if I'm gonna get to them. So I'm gonna probably have to do some piffs, gonna have to sell some, who knows, but we'll see. So I guess still kind of sticking with Razor Rock as well. I'm going to use the Razor Rock Beehive. I've noticed that when using new soaps, if I use a synthetic, I'm giving the new soap every opportunity to succeed. So we'll go ahead and load. I did soak it a little bit, and we'll see what we got going here. I've never used Holy Black before. Sorry, I don't know if I've got a little bit of a cold or a little bit of fall allergies sneaking up on me. I'm kind of thinking it's a little bit of allergies because everyone in the neighborhood is kind of preparing for winter, getting their last mows on the yard done, everything like that. I need to do that as well. So what I will say right off the bat, that was a very quick load, and I feel like I got enough soap. So we'll see what happens. So the soap is actually, it's not overly firm, but it's not overly soft either. It's a good consistency. Initially, it feels like pretty slick. I don't know, does it say what's in here? Vegetable-derived stearic acid, coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, distilled water, vegetable glycerin, and fragrance. So they're adding glycerin to it. I imagine it's going to be pretty slick. There's not a lot of extra butters and stuff like that. So I bet post-shave feel is probably where this soap is going to lack, just based off of initial looking. So I got a Bic Chrome Platinum Blade. This will be its 3rd use. I'm going to use it in this razor that I've just absolutely been falling in love with. And that is the... Oh crap. Give me a second here. Started to cross-thread it a little bit. And that is the Razor Rock SLOC. this is a fantastic razor, and I would highly recommend you to pick one up. They're pretty inexpensive. So, okay, let's build the lather here. Had a good weekend of football, right? Friday was my playoff game, and kickoff was at 4 o'clock, so got home in time to watch the whole game of the UCLA game versus the Utes. And if I do say so, the Utes laid a smackdown on them, which was what they were supposed to do. This Utes team that is playing right now is what we as fans that follow closely expected all season. And it really just makes you wonder, you know, man, they really blew it against the Washington schools. I mean, Washington lost yesterday. Now, Wazoo picked up a good win against Stanford, but let's just be realistic here. Stanford without 100% healthy Bryce Love is not the same Stanford. And Utah got that benefit too. So, what am I to say? I will say this though. Initially, the lather, I'm seeing some bubbly action in it. So I don't know if it has the best cushion, but it is very slick. Like, I don't think slickness is going to be a problem here. A lot of guys on the forum have been saying it's a tier 2 soap. I can see that. So, man, a lot of good teams lost yesterday, too, in college football. That's one of the neat things about college football. Honestly, any team can go out and win any day. You just never know what's going to happen. The Jazz won yesterday too. That was a good win. Looks like the Boston Red Sox. We don't have an MLB team here, but I tend to like and root for the Red Sox. So, that's mainly because I think I've been to Fenway a couple times, and just really enjoyed it. I also like to root for the Cubs, but I've been to Wrigley Field too. I don't really have a favorite baseball team is what I'm getting at. I also don't watch a lot of baseball on TV. The soap is very slick. Residual is a little bit there, but not so much. But it's plenty slick. Definitely slicker than the Razor Rock soaps that I've been using for the last couple weeks. I like it. So to talk about my game a little bit, the score was very high scoring. Like, I was exhausted at the end of the day. And I was exhausted yesterday too. Now the score makes it sound like that it was a blowout, but it was a lot closer than that. The winning team had 2 pick sixes, and they were playing a team that's just really young. They were pretty much all sophomores and juniors, but the final score was 57-28. But man, it's crazy. 2 interesting things. So we had a big run that was coming to my sideline, and as the player was going down, I saw him put his hand down, and his knee was almost down, but knee didn't touch. Elbow didn't touch. No other body part touched. And he just popped right back up and took off. And big old run. Looks like I nicked a little. I have a little pimple that came in over here. I nicked it. And he just took off, man. he was gone. About a 75-yard run. Tackled at about the 6-yard line. So that was a fun play that I officiated correctly, which will turn out to be look really good on tape. So we have 6 divisions, 6 classes, I should say, in the state of Utah. 2 of them this coming Friday will be in semifinals. The other 4 will be in quarterfinals. See if I get a game. Yeah, I'm not really expecting one, but kind of like I wasn't really expecting this first one. But my crew chief told me at the end of the game, he said I should expect one. So I'm like, oh, okay. One sec. Sorry about that. I had a sneeze coming. I didn't want to sneeze on camera. But I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm not expecting a game. What I will do is I'll probably volunteer to work the sidelines in the championship games. I'll take some pictures of that there in November. Those are always fun. I definitely know I won't get a championship game. Those are reserved for level 100 officials, and my ranking this year is 200. So I got 2 more levels I gotta jump. And I think this blade is not doing so hot. I've got a couple of small nicks over here too. Pinpricks, as I call them. But I can't tell if it's the soap or the blade. I'm thinking it's the blade because I'm kind of feeling it. But we'll see. The other interesting play was, so we had a touchdown scored by the visiting team, and we're setting up for the field goal, and as I was in the position where I'm underneath the one end of the upright, and all of a sudden we hear this whistle. So we all kind of stop, wave our hands, make sure the play is dead, and we look around and we all make eye contact as officials. We're like, wasn't me. None of us blew it. There's one person that has the whistle, and that's the back judge. And he didn't blow it. I'm standing right next to him. He didn't blow it. I didn't blow mine. We didn't know where the whistle came from. Come to find out, we got a guy standing behind us off the field, trying to make a whistle noise. That was not good for him. Not good for him. Cops were on that quick. Cops were on that quick. And I watched the film last night, and you could hear the guy's whistle on the film. That's how loud it was. So, we're blowing whistles out there. We blow a special type of whistle for football games. We purchase them. They're called Fox, is the name brand. And these ones are 165 decibels. And for a basketball arena, we blow 155 decibels. So they're loud. I want to make that very clear. They're loud. And it's because, you get into arenas, you get onto football fields, you need to make sure that they can hear these whistles. Because not only are we killing plays for safety reasons, we're trying to get over crowd noise. So, yeah, not a lot of residual slickness, but is slick. It's not bad. I mean, now this is just a first use, but my gut tells me, and I've used a lot of soap, so I feel pretty confident in saying this is probably a tier 2 soap or a very low tier 1 soap. I would need to use it more, and I will, to determine where it sits. I will say I'm really liking the scent on this gunpowder and spice. I'm very leery about smoky scents and gunpowdery scents because if it's like over the top, I don't like it. But this is good. This is really good. I actually really like this. A lot, actually. So, yesterday I agreed to do some Little League, as I mentioned. And I did 4 games of Little League playoffs. 2 of them were really good games, were really close. One was 7-0. The other one was 14-13. One team missed an extra point. What was funny is that during the season when those 2 teams played each other, I guess the coaches were telling us before the game that they had 6 overtimes. Oh, glad they missed that extra point. It was a good game though. The last 2 games were blowouts. I don't even remember the scores. They were blowouts. Yeah, I'm dimming this blade. I'm not liking it at all. The first 2 shaves weren't bad, but the third shave was no good. So as I'm getting ready to buy more blades, Bic, not going to happen. But I will go back to what I said in my journal the other day. I think that I'm getting to the point to where that I could honestly get a good shave from anything. 1 second. Alright, so we're going to finish up with the T and Dickinsons. No, not T and Dickinsons. Humphreys. My apologies. Good stuff. Yesterday we carved pumpkins. Maybe I'll post some pictures in that Halloween thread. Kids enjoyed it. They turned out pretty good. We did just standard jack-o'-lanterns. Here's the soap. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles. Sorry. He's getting a little bit of punishment. He wasn't being nice to his sister. So, that's my son. He's upset. I apologize. It's good, but it's airy. I don't know. Maybe with a little bit more water I could have corrected that. I'll need to revisit it. But the problem is, and I think the reason why I stopped early, is because I could tell how slick it is. Like the brush was slick in my hand. This is very slick. So the amount of glycerin that's in here, I don't know the percentages or nothing, but it's slick. So I like it. Alright. Rinse off the brush real quick. It's a good soap. I mean, if they ever released one that, I think they said they're done with the Creeper series though. The Jekyll and Hyde, while that looked cool, I'm just afraid that the scent wasn't going to be up to my liking. I like vetivers, but I like the cleaner scented vetivers and the fresher scented vetivers. I don't like the dark, woodsy vetivers very much usually. I own a couple and I'll use them, but they're not my favorite. So, good. I was having a hard time deciding how I was going to finish this up, but I think what I'm going to do is just a little bit of some Florida water. So, we got to run to the store, buy stuff for Halloween, get some candy and whatnot. I'm off Wednesday to go help in my son's classroom for their Halloween party, so that should be fun. I like this Florida water. It's good stuff. So there's the shave. I also want to officially welcome, here, the Chamber Shave Company to the shaving cadre. I'm happy that they joined us and agreed to become a paid vendor. That's fantastic. Sounds like that he's in the process of finalizing his product line, and Tim, I know a lot of guys here are excited to try it out once it finally becomes available. We've got a couple of other vendors, potential vendors in the wings. We're working on it, guys. We're trying to build up the content here, bring in vendors that we want, not just us, but we believe that you guys would like to see as well at the TSC. So if you haven't joined us yet, come join us. We're a new form. We're trying to do it differently. I think that's what's most important. That's something that we've been telling the vendors. We want to do it differently. So I think that's the best thing. And how different, you got to come check us out and see what we're all about. So that's www.theshavingcadre.com. I am behind on the forum, but I will get caught up hopefully today, but most likely most of my catching up will be tomorrow. But aside from that, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the pages. Bye.